This game, I've played it, I've coached it, I've lived it all my life. I always like to say lacrosse is the fastest game on 2 feet. The sport has certainly grown since I played, but the contest has not. Our son Jack played here, and what a beautiful place to play. I played here, stepping onto the grass with 9 of my teammates ready to do battle. And though I did not know it yet, this place set into motion my commitment to a game that would define the trajectory of my life as a player, a coach, a husband, and a father.
Now one man cuts downhill. There comes Burnett. Burnett has his man beat. Turns and fires on the back. Ended shot right between the legs of Brian Holman. And Carolina goes up by 2.
A fantastic play. Unbelievable by Burnett, number 3. Mr. Everything for this North Carolina team.
They've upset Hopkins 14-13. We'll just take a look at it right now. Look at the Carolina players jumping all over the.
Hello, my name is Michael Burnett. I graduated from St. Mary's 1979, University of North Carolina 1983, and we're at the historic Weems Whalen Field here in Annapolis, Maryland, where I was a player, and later on in my career I was the head coach here for 2 years. Lacrosse is not one of the big three, as we know. It kind of combines ice hockey, basketball, football, and the fun part about lacrosse is it's just so unselfish, and it's such a team game. Tom Federico in 1981 at the University of North Carolina, he had a philosophy that said, keep your head up and move the ball. And it sounds very simple, but when done properly, it's extremely effective. Well, I'm the youngest of 7. I had 4 older brothers and 2 older sisters, and all my older brothers were my role models, especially my brother Billy. He played on this field, same field I played on and got to coach on. It was a family affair for us, for sure. My first love was football, and unfortunately I was injured in football and was told to never play the sport again, and I was able to play lacrosse.
When Michael came to St. Mary's, he just changed the game for our whole program. We were already a pretty good team, but he just elevated things to an entirely different level. The way he played, the way he would weave in and out of traffic and use his body and agility to dodge, and the way he rode. He was one of the greatest riding attackmen in the history of the game, in my opinion.
Michael was a special player. He was just so fluid on the field. He was everywhere. He was a great leader. I'm honored to be his teammate and friend. He's a great person.
Daffy Russell was instrumental in helping me get into Carolina because he was good friends with our coach, Willie Scroggs. And Willie was a tremendous recruiter. In 1979, the All-Metro team, there was only 10 people on the All-Metro team, and 6 out of the 10 were part of my recruiting class at Chapel Hill.
At Carolina, Michael's dominance just continued, and he even flourished more. I think he's still one of the all-time top 3 leading scorers in Carolina history. He was all ACC, 4-time All-American, and led us to 2 national championships. So thank you, Michael.
One of my favorite memories about playing at Carolina was 1981. We played Hopkins in the championship game, and Hopkins' senior class was going for a 4-peat, and they were a tremendous team, and we were the upstart. We ended up winning that game by 1 goal and beating Hopkins in their senior class, and we broke through and won our first national championship in '81.
Mike's one of the most decorated players in the history of our game. Well, when you combine a player of Mike's athleticism and his creativity and flair for the game, it ended up with special moments for a special player. 2 national championships, back-to-back undefeated seasons, but I think Mike really made that offense go, and I think he helped get everyone to play at their highest level.
Willie called me to the office one day and he said, Michael, I need you to go over to Chapel Hill High School. They want to start a lacrosse program. He's like, you never go to class anyhow, so go over there and coach these kids in the afternoon. So I didn't realize it at the time. That was the very first high school lacrosse team in the state of North Carolina. Coaching is a lifelong hobby.
What makes a good coach is, someone who you're going to learn from. You can also take constructive criticism, especially nowadays. I think that's important. And, with Coach Burnett, he'd give us time before practice, after practice. Any extra time you needed, he was there for you, which I loved about him. And again, the thing with Coach B is he's a very personal guy. And, I think that's very important. A coach that cares about you both on the field and off the field.
Coach B, total legend. I think the best way to describe Coach was he was a total player's coach. He knew you as a player. He knew you personally, he knew your personality, and that was important to him so he can kind of put you in a place where you could do your best work as a player. And then off the field, from a player's coach standpoint, my grandfather passes and he's the first one to leave you a voicemail. I mean, this is 25, 30 years after, I was playing for Coach B.
I would like to just be remembered as a coach that was fun, fair, and firm, and treating each individual the same, no matter the leading scorer or one of the guys at the end of the bench. Everyone has a role on a team. Lacrosse has been very instrumental in developing me into my adulthood, and I still have tremendous memories, and all my teammates are my best friends still to this day.